Now I'm just what you want. I look like you want me to, and I can't tell what's true, cause my world's made up of fake news, yeah. I'm realigning every facet of this face I'm in. I'm customizing all the curves that give the shape I'm in. I'm redesigning all of me so maybe I fit in. Now I'm not wanting, but I fucking hate this world we're in. It's just not the kind of place I wanna be. It don't got the kind of rules I wanna see. I feel caught with no shot, so fuck not. Well, then inside your robot. Not like this, cause I don't think you really know who I am, or what I like, or why I don't fit inside your universe, cause I always come out feeling worse. No. And you don't know me, despite all your data says. These ads I confess, they must know I'm depressed, yeah. And I don't think like that, I'm not like you. Fuck you, I'm not a stat, I'm misconstrued. I'm taking my life back from all your garbage I scroll through. Not like this, cause I don't think you really know who I am, or what I like, or why I don't fit inside your universe, cause I always come out feeling worse. And I don't think like that, I'm not like you. Fuck you, I'm not a stat, I'm misconstrued. I'm taking my life back from all your garbage I scroll through. So I hit start like this, and the world loads like that, and I blow harsh with a kiss. I'm metamorphosing into a cat. Now I race around like glitch, find the time to look a name on Twitch, switching lights in my brain, yeah, Pokemon's got me bewitched. I'm fucking with fans, trying to make them glow, and we take pics like this, and I like the pics so much, I'm gonna pin them up home. Now they can reach me by phone, I am doing this on my own. This kingdom will be overthrown. I'm realigning every facet of the space I'm in. I'm customizing all the curves that give the shape I'm in. I'm redesigning all of me so maybe I fit in. Now I'm not wanting, but I fucking hate this world we're in. It's just not the kind of place I wanna be. It don't got the kind of rules I wanna see. I feel caught with no shot, so fuck not. Well, then inside your robot. Well, then inside your robot.
Nah, it's crazy.
Your robot.
Nah, it's crazy.
I'm not your robot. I'm not a robot.
How absolutely unbelievable is it that we're playing the old music again? So we've had different variations of opening songs with on the stream, and honestly, I've just like turned on the camera and just usually started yapping because I hate it. If you ever are on Twitch and you get a notification that somebody's live and you're like, oh, that's cool. And then you have to sit there for 10 to 15 minutes. Well, they just have like a stream starting soon. Like, okay, respectfully, I'm out of here. Welcome on into XFeed. My name is the Schiller. We talk about NFTs, crypto, all of your fun digital things every single day. We also do the RWA Segments podcast. We'll talk about that in a little bit later, but let's talk about athletes, celebrities, NFTs. Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs. You know they launched an NFT before? $500. So I'm asking you, right? Do you want to buy a $500 Patrick Mahomes NFT or $500 of anything else? That's the question. So I was looking up just random things on my timeline, and I came across a post from a year ago that was talking about the second mint for Patrick Mahomes. Now, the second mint did happen a year ago, as per mentioned, and I think there's actually something before that. But going over to the secondary market, and I'm trying to zoom in a little bit so you can see better. But 9 months ago, a couple of them were going for around $70, $150, but it started at $500. I don't think it actually sold out because I can scroll through like this entire thing in like 20 seconds. But anyway, at some point, somebody paid $1,000 for it. This one looks like it's one of the more rare ones. But the idea with it is that you're able to claim like an actual physical. It's just the same as buying graded cards. But are these ones supposed to be more special, more specific? Is there the Museum of Mahomes specific one? Well, like, okay, so I'm trying to think where I have the LaMelo Ball. What the hell are they called? I'm trying to think of the LaMelo Ball shoes. Gutter Mellows. So if you ever look up Gutter Mellow, you'll be able to see them. Well, actually, you know what? Listen, let me just do it. Gutter mellows. Yes, gutter mellows. So these were sold, and I want to say it was like $150. There was something, right? There was something. That was not too expensive. And so technically, if you bought these, you're up. I mean, LaMelo was in like a very popular clip, going down some stairs wearing these. I've retweeted it before. 271 is the recent ones. But that's an exclusive that people don't really know about, right? So for the Museum of Mahomes, similar to those Melo ones, which one would you think would end up having more value? Would you even want to speculate on these things? And it's funny to think, too, that some of them might not even sell out. So the full supply they're supposed to be might get destroyed. So the physical redemptions, less than 1 week after the reveal of the digital collectibles, the physical redemption window will open and remain open indefinitely. Each collectible that you can claim will be shipped within 8 weeks and will include a card sleeve. Mint the digital collectible less than 1 week following the exhibit reveals. Physical redemptions for the cards will become available. After minting one of these cards, holders will have the option to burn their exhibit in exchange for a physical copy of their Museum of Mahomes 2 cards. To initiate, I think they misspelled initiate because there shouldn't be an L in there. This process, whoops, I clicked something there. Users will need to connect to museumofmahomes.com, follow the steps, mint the physical. When the physical redemption opens, you'll be able to log in with your wallet or email address and enter your shipping information. Okay. I mean, do we have any thoughts? I mean, I can't say like I'm a big like Patrick Mahomes fan by any means, but still kind of neat to see. So if you haven't seen today, well, Jen got a makeover, and if you don't know what Jen is, it's a new generative AI music platform that if you're wanting to generate a soundbed, a soundtrack with just thoughts in your mind, describing instruments, pretending that you are not a director. What's the name for the lead of an orchestra? The orchestrator. Nah. There's a specific word. I don't know why I'm forgetting it. But this is showing some of the new price plans for it. So there's a free variation where you get 20 tracks. The Dabbler, which for anybody that played in the alpha, you got like 300 credits for free. So typically that's $9.99 a month. For Soloist, which is the 1,000 credits, $24.99. And then for Pro, it's 10,000 credits at $250 a month, which is a lot. But for context, because I think there's probably a lot of people that aren't super familiar with AI toys, and I've messed around with a few of them. Pictory was probably my least favorite, even though like some of the videos are kind of somewhat interesting. If you go on my YouTube channel, and if you've ever watched like an older video that had an AI voice in it, I think there's 2, maybe 5 at most. And that's like including shorts. I think there might be 1 or 2 like videos, and these were all like short, and one of them might have actually been about Silo. But those ones were Pictory. And for example, that one I think was like $150 for a year. And I've had other ones that charge $200 a year for credits that's involving for video. So this seems all pretty normal. But if you go for the yearly, you do get 2 months free. So that's kind of interesting. But Shill, what the hell am I talking about? Well, this is what I'm talking about. So this was today from the Web Summit in Lisbon. This is apparently where a lot of very, very successful people go to announce different products, have top-of-the-line speakers in general. So Shara Senderoff, CEO and co-founder, well, sorry, not CEO, but co-founder of Futureverse, and then Imogen Heap, which is a very, very well-known artist. This is a good one.
Should we have some fun?
Let's have a discussion about nice things.
We're going to let you into a conversation that we've had probably 500 times. That's been us going back and forth, maneuvering this. We're going to let all of you into our world. To let you into my world, I've had the tremendous honor of manifesting this genius into my life. And many of you know her as a visionary musician and technologist who has an unparalleled capacity to leverage some of the most advanced, new, emerging technologies and utilize them both in your creations and in the way you market and bring your music to the world. It's the definition of an early adopter. And for those of you who don't know her, she's a multi-Grammy award-winning recording artist and producer. But above all of those things, what I've gotten to know is that Imogen Heap has the highest level of integrity in her heart. And that's what brought us together. And that's the impetus of this conversation. So I've had the honor of having you walk into my world. Will you tell the story?
Yes. So I'm so happy to know Shara. I came across her because a friend of mine, Ed Newton-Rex, who started up something called Fairly Trained to prove the authenticity of a model that it has been permissioned and is good. And I was a little bit at a loss because I couldn't find a generative music platform that was ethically sourcing permissioned musical works to generate music from. And I have a project which is actually coming out today. It's called song.oracles.io. And it shows you what you can do with this song. But part of it, I wanted to enable the fans to come in and generate a piece of music based on my piece of music. But I couldn't find anyone. So I was asking Ed, who do I go to? And he's like, there's one person, one company that I know is doing it. And he said, this company called Jen. So I was like, Jen? Imogen? Jen? I'm liking it. Generative. Very good. So then I quickly looked up Instagram, and I found out who was the CEO, you. And then I immediately followed you, and you immediately was like, Imogen, we've got to talk. And I was like, yes,
Yo,
we
big
do.
man, what's
How
going
did you
on? What's
know?
going on?
And then we had an extremely long, excited conversation. And it felt like, it was the strangest feeling. It was like I was talking to my twin. But my twin who's super amazing, entrepreneur, making just magic stuff happen with hundreds of people and loads of money, doing it really well. And me...
So, hey, these guys got loads of money, yo. Any Futureverse fam out there? Yo, you gotta clip that soundbite right there. They got loads of money. Unbelievable. So anybody joining a little bit late, we just went over Jen, which is a AI music generative platform. Now, why am I playing this interview? I don't know how long we'll watch it for, because obviously I don't want to play the entire thing, but I listened to it and it was fascinating because you really have to look at it from multiple different viewpoints. And what they're basically creating with what they announce on this stream is essentially a filter where you can go create a soundtrack of some sort, but then specifically add the flair of your favorite artist. So, name a band, right? Just think in your head, or if you want to let me know, feel free. But imagine getting to that point where you can now kind of try to create your favorite song out of your favorite artist that doesn't currently exist, but use their specific vibe. And it's all ethically sourced, which is brought up a lot throughout this, but I think it does have merit to that component. And the essence of the way Shara describes some of the bits, which we'll keep playing here, and I'll stop if we don't get to it kind of soon, and I'll recap some of the parts. But I thought this is one of the talks that people aren't going to see. But then a few years down the line, what if the entire music industry is running off of Jen and it's one of the most popular apps in the world? In theory, right? And this is wildly speculative. We go over all these kind of things within the space where we think, oh, if there's mass adoption, this, that, and the other thing. But this seems like the route that's actually happening. Yo, G, honey, what's going on? Guess what the name of Imogen's blockchain-based music sharing program is called? I think she said it and I forgot already. How tough is that? How tough is that? That's what I call tough. Mycelia? Wait, actually? Nah. So she hasn't mentioned it yet then, if it's actually Mycelia. But if you're serious, material world.
Just trying to do the same thing, but from a kind of singular musician's perspective, to how do we enable and empower individuals and their works to do business on their behalf by themselves, 24/7 at a data level. And that's where we realized that we could do this amazing collaboration.
We have a passion for ethics.
We do. Ethics is key. And that is really something that has been at the core, 6 years ago, I was just actually looking back on the video of me here, talking about the song as a service. Back then, expressing all the information that I wanted to put in a song so that it could just go off and do business with the world, so I didn't have to chase stuff or, bad information gets around, kind of closed data sets. And here I am today with an actual working, serving a song as a service, Because if you can enable the song to give all the permissions and necessary, or at least give the song the choice, or the human the choice to be interacting with these feature services, then you can grow and build innovation around that based on ethics. Because if you don't have a choice, well, you don't have a choice. You can't take part.
I think we're at this moment. So I grew up with music in my DNA. My dad is a musician. I've spent the last 10 to 15 years working at the intersection of music and technology. And one of the things I noticed as AI came into the fold over the last 3 years, I started developing Gen 3 years ago. And it took me 2 years to license all of the data that would train our models to be able to say that this is an ethically trained platform.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Because actually, everyone else is doing like the simple, easy route. Well, seemingly simple, may not be so simple in the future if you get it all wrong now. But it's like, it is hard to license music. It's hard to do the right thing. And really, this is what I want the songs to be able to do, is to make it easy for services to do the right thing, to empower them with the possibility to do that. And so you taking the long, hard route of doing the proper thing, going out there and getting the permissions.
Doing the proper thing. Yeah, oh, Matt, what's going on? Will Asto be used for Gen root silo? So that's really the question. And if you ever type in Gen Music AI root network, it'll pop up and immediately highlight that every song creates a hash on the root network. Now, does that actually mean anything? Does that just reference that there's going to be data that's going to be there? Could it be moved? What are people going to want to do with it? Is this kind of a slow inauguration for everybody to get into like a blockchain world, and these marketplaces and things are going to go up and people are going to be able to buy and sell their own song variants? Where you can give it the rights to somebody else while the world becomes musicians. All these people are able to fight over jobs, right? Like people talk about being like AI prompt engineers. You can go on Fiverr and you'll find different people that are doing art. Some of it probably heavily AI generated. Well, what if you can now do that with music? It's kind of nuts. Visa, I think it's a credit card of some sort. That's a good question, actually. I don't have the site right now, but I can bring it back up. But they go, again, this is happening pretty quick, so I think this clip is probably about 15 minutes in total. We're probably halfway through.
Is what you've been doing, and I'm so grateful.
It's a really interesting thing because I spend a lot of time talking about how I've licensed music, and I think there can be a misconception when I say that as if I think I'm a hero. I'm not a hero for licensing music. The complexities within the music industry, like you just said, make it incredibly, incredibly complicated to be able to license the underlying training data. So no wonder there are others out there who just say, we'll take the world's catalogs of music, train our models on them, and deal with the lawsuits later because the music industry is at fault for making this complicated. So I think it's a really interesting thing that obviously we've come together on, and we came together under the guise of elevating the creation of music and how to do that creatively. And what I love about you, and someone once said to me, the thing about Imogen Heap is that you may not know her, but you know her music. And we know your music because it transcends time, because you've used technology to evolve your voice and to evolve your instrumentation, and you've created almost new sounds and new instruments that have evolved the sonic landscape. And people always ask me, why AI music? Why do you want to make AI music? And why did you want to launch an AI music platform? And I always say, it's not because I believe that the world needs more music. We have incredible catalogs, more than we could ever listen to in a lifetime. But so we don't need more music. What we need is the ability for visionaries all over the world at any level of skill set, someone who may never be able to play an instrument or hasn't been able to play an instrument, to be able to take the song in their heart or in their mind and turn it into something that they own and they can use and they can bring out into the world. And so when I think about AI music and what we've spoken about a lot is that we can create products that transcend how creation works. And so one of the things that we came together on is a product, a patented product that we will launch in the next couple of months called Style Filter. And as I've spent the last 15 years...
This is what I think is going to be really big. So if you hear this and you think, this sounds stupid, be vocal about it. But I think this sounds really neat.
The music industry, I've spent a lot of time in meetings, and people say to me, if only we could capture the style or the vibe of Imogen Heap, or you name what artist you love. If only we could bottle that up and we could put that into something. And I always thought, what if we could do that? And so when we started Gen 3 years ago, I said, we're not creating a platform to allow anyone to create more of the same type of music. We need to evolve the way music is created. And so we are going to show you now a video of the transformative power of AI in music.
If you have a song in your heart, you can make music with Jen. From concept to composition in seconds. Transform your music with style. Introducing Style Filter. Seamlessly infuse the unique styles of artists and producers into new compositions. Let's try mine. Oh yeah, by the way, this is me, Imogen Heap. Well, this is an AI version of my voice powered by Jen.
Permissioned by me, the human Imogen Heap, using oracles.
Let's take your prompt. A little hip-hop, I see. Let's add my style filter to your hip-hop prompt. Here's a preview of what we're working with. Now, here's yours, inspired by mine. I like it. Okay, let's try another prompt with another style filter. This time, using my brand new single, What Have You Done to Me? It goes like this. Now, your prompt with my vibe. Oh, that's pretty. This is next generation music creation. Groundbreaking patented AI driving innovation that redefines the sonic landscape. Generate, refine, transform. All you need to make music is your mind. High fidelity, cutting edge, artist first. And most importantly, we don't steal music or voices.
Okay. You digging it so far? What do you think? What do you think? You, whoever built that entire video, nice. That I felt like that was super clean, good filterization. I thought like the first song with the filter sounded a lot better. I feel like I wish it was a little bit more motivational or something when they showed it like a second time, because it felt like it hit its peak and then like it didn't really re-hit the peak again, you know, in terms of emotions. But it flowed very nicely.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Nice work, Shara. It's super exciting because what happens in the music industry is we are encouraged via the algorithm of choice to create music that sounds similar to other things. And the really exciting thing about what you've done is that the more unique the style, the sound of that song or that person, the more it gives back to you. Like, if you take away a lot of the vocalists over tracks, you might actually discover they sound pretty much all alike. And the exciting thing here is that your uniqueness, your specific crazy uniqueness, is what helps you stand out above the rest, which, you know, whether you have that voice that nobody else has, that's the thing that's going to go around and be exciting people. And so at the song level, you are enabled to exhibit the uniqueness of that track, whether it's you know, the semantic definition of that track or the instrumentation around it. And so by combining this relationship directly with musicians and their work all across the world, hopefully in time, we have a plan starting on the 9th of December, that we can map all the music makers in the world to be able to have the opportunity to build these systems, you know, with companies like Jen.
One of the things we showcased in this video is that Imogen permissioned me to build her voice and utilize it in that video via her platform Oracle. So like we were talking about earlier, licensing music is hard. Connecting to artists is hard. A lot of times record labels will...
That outfit as serious District 1 vibes from the Hunger Games is probably the best comment I've ever seen in chat.
say to me, Shara, I know these artists are your friends, but can you please come to me to go to them? I'm like, this makes no sense. They're people I know, and I'm lucky and grateful that I am able to get right to artists like yourself. That is not most technology founders who are building amazing things and want to be able to utilize those assets, whatever they may be. And what you've spoken to me so much about is our voice is our identity. It is what you have. And when AI models train on that without your permission or without your participation, they're effectively taking your identity. And so through oracles, which I'd love for you to talk about, why, so you created oracles to permission your voice.
So we'll probably stop this here, but just to recount, one of the upcoming things that Shara does talk about is that she's working directly with publishers, producers, the industry as a whole, to make sure this comes to market in a fair way where artists get paid. But it's just, basically, it was a big session or a bunch of words that was like, oh my God, we're partnering with everybody. True. And I think it's going to be pretty transformative. Now, guys, we do the RWA segments podcast, as I've highlighted throughout the week. The recent episode we did with Spencer, where we talked about how he and his team brought the Pudgy Penguins branded trading card game vibes to life. They had Web3 graded card, like builders in the space, fly out across the world to buy cards when they first launched, to rush back to the States to get them graded to get listed. Crazy. $2 million pre-seed angel round, all the other kind of crazy stuff. But highly recommend going to check that out. That's in the bio on my X or in the description down below. Now let's talk about Mintage for a second, because what in the absolute hell is going on? So for anybody that doesn't know, Mintage is a collection that came to the Web3 side that was kind of partnered with different bigger names within the space. They have some very big clothiers, I don't even know, designers, I guess, that are a part of their team, and they're doing a whole bunch of stuff. Except one of the problems with this is, like, they've completely abandoned everything to do with their Web3 arm. And so, like, as an example, they sell retro merchandise, so like older Chicago Bulls, Lakers pieces. I mean, they are kind of cool. I don't exactly know if they just like go through all these shops and they're able to buy things, or if these are created in a house in some kind of way. I don't know how you would even do that, but they have like the Mintage tag on it. So I think they're just, they go out and buy old shirts that are still put together, but end up tagging them under it. And again, some of the stuff is like, all right, but there's such a big problem because everybody's like, hey, you guys had these massive NFTs, and then all you have right now with them is like a discount code. But I mean, Christie's are inviting them out. We have a lot of brands that did do something within Web3, and I'm curious what happens over time if they end up going back to the Web3 angle at all, or they end up kind of leaving it to the side. As we talked about with the Patrick Mahomes angle earlier, we also have LaMelo Ball. He did those shoes, but he's also got his own NFTs that I don't think anything's happened for. It's really weird when we have the big names in the space. So this is just kind of a funny chat or perspective in general about how everybody in crypto has group chats, people to hang out with, and the groups are all different people. Like, One dude from Ohio that you met in a Discord during DeFi summer. Your IRL friend's younger brother, who is a pump.fun god, wants to move to Dubai. 2 Canadians who founded core parts of the ETH ecosystem. It's all this random stuff, but I just think it's hilarious. And it also, it does highlight the point that I think a lot of us don't realize is without people making it clear who they are in person, we really are in a very large kind of anonymous ecosystem where everybody just gets along. So Drew Austin saying, I'd love to see Doodles figure out a way to accrue value back to the NFT holders from this McDonald's campaign. If you missed it yesterday, McDonald's announced that they're doing a partnership with Doodles themselves. Which is really, really cool, and we'll get more into that throughout the stream. I know how hard it is to do that, but if they figure it out, Doodles will fly, and all NFTs will benefit. And so Cab, who's from the Kalanosaurs, which highlighted the video the other day, very, very respectable collection that's off the Solana ecosystem, saying organic demand acquisition for the brand has a substantial impact on demand for collectibles that not only represent the birthright of the brand, but an elite passport into its exclusive ecosystem activations. So the birthright of the brand, that's that's a phenomenal way of wording it, because all these Web3 IPs, they're all a brand. But when does it get recognized that they're really a brand? And then the exclusive ecosystem activations is something that I am holding my excitement for. Just because going back to that Rubik's Cube, when they did that, cheaper mint to potentially get the 1 of 1, are they going to have special things for just Doodles? Because I think for the TV pass, people got a free one. But otherwise, it was $6, which I get, right? 10,000 holders, $6. We're absolutely cooking with cash. But curious what these actually look like, because I feel, generally speaking, within the space, most of these big eccentric collabs end up offering, a couple free giveaways or cool things. But if it's a collection-wide exclusive benefit, then we're gonna be cheering. We're gonna be cheering loud. Jack Butcher and company made 214 ETH, $700,000 for anybody that doesn't want to do the math that quick, and that's American. 700,000. Thanks to this on-chain piece of artwork being minted 149,000 times. So I think this was selling for $3 or $4. Gas was more expensive than the NFT itself. It's a rabbit that is a turtle. What do you think? What do you think? The 700,000 American dollar image. We love NFTs. True. Binance ran out of Pepe yesterday. So all the meme coins are getting listed. Things are happening across the space. We got crypto flying. It's down a little bit today, but listen, vibes couldn't be better. And I guess during all that craze, Binance had to update their site saying Pepe withdrawals suspended. Withdrawals are temporarily halted while Binance replenishes the hot wallet. Withdrawals for this asset will be resumed shortly. So that's the dream, right? You list it on exchange, exchange runs out, and then has to go and market buy the rest. True. Now we got people just casually asking if how they want to spend $100,000. Do I buy a punk or 3 apes? So apes I think are $30K, and then a punk is 100, so $90 to 100K. Either way, I love how this is just free content on the timeline. Doge Pound coming back, guys. Honestly, we had a big uptick for the majority of NFTs the other day with the crypto rally. Some collections a little bit stagnant, but one that actually went crazy was the Doge Pound, an OG NFT project that Za first got into through CS Becker and Journey Crypto, 2 YouTubers. If NFTs are coming back, these can't be forgotten. The team is still very active, used to be a higher floor than Mutant Apes. And so this is kind of where it goes back to people. Do they just like the culture, the community, the vibe? Are they having it as a PFP and they want to represent that they're a part of a group of people? Because we have a large amount of collections that are going to exist, still try to do things within their means. But then there's also going to be these collections that have 50 to several hundred millions of dollars of funding, billion-dollar valuations, and we do this compare game all the time. And so is that fair? Not really sure, but people sweeping NFTs because they love it. That is what we like to see. Punks over the counter, highlighting that one of the monkey crypto punks had a bid of 650 ETH. At the time, 1.4 mil. Holy sugar. But apparently $700,000 has been added to this bid. So we're over 2 million now. It hasn't budged. but somebody's trying to get somebody to bite. We'll see if it happens. Fred Krueger saying the IBIT, or sorry, this is a quote, I should say, but he posted this, and this is the big deal. IBIT is bigger than all 2,800 ETFs launched in the past 10 years. I mean, nice. Nice. Pretty much every large crypto, Solana, Aptos, Hedera, etc., is getting its own ETF now. So obviously, this is a comment. I'm not sure if it's, I mean, it could be a little bit of sarcasm, but at the same time, we keep hearing that new ETFs for new coins are getting submitted daily. Is that actually the case, though? Where the arguments that people said, you know, have a big chunk on these ones that are just right behind Bitcoin, that are already at these market caps, you never know what'll happen. Does crypto just fly with this? Because, I mean, we've seen some massive Bitcoin movement, but if some of these other coins get ETFs in that same way and everybody starts getting on board, and those people that were previously like, oh, 1% of your portfolio completely change it just because you can't not look at the gains, if that happens, of course. Yeah, I've seen literally nothing but up-only talk from everybody. Like there's a handful of like people that are like, yeah, I don't know. But like 99% are like, hell yeah, brother. That's crazy. Oh, look at that. The Doge pound is up 3x today. I was about to say only 131 listed, but now it's only 130. So this is why I hate the metric of the amount of NFTs being for sale as a metric of like, hey, you know, if 100 new people come in, there's only going to be 30 left. Like, it just doesn't work like that. People are buying because DOGE, baby, which is like the Department of Government Efficiency that was announced the other day. People are going crazy over it. Roaring Kitty even started following me. Super thin floor and easy up to 1/8. Woo, we back, baby. Plus, y'all don't even want to actually build anyways. All right. I love how there's always this like passive aggressive comment that everybody makes within crypto for anything. True. I've never been more exposed and I still have FOMO. True. So this is coming from one of the team members over at Wanderers, which if we'll go visit their page right quick, this is a collection that's been building. As you can see, Steam, Epic Store. We used to freak out over these things. Remember, crypto games going to mainstream. That's what we absolutely loved. They're kind of like a shooter adventure game. Kind of hoping that their page would have some of the stuff off the rip. They don't. That's okay. Still go back and says what he has to say, though, because now, right, everybody's got to build up a narrative, and how do these teams do it? It'll become so obvious in hindsight, but Wanderers is the underdog. We don't have endless money. We aren't making a AAA game. We honestly don't have a lot of experience. In this space, that's dangerous to admit, and projects will do anything possible to avoid you discovering that fact. But I'd rather be poor than boring. We're competing in a world of deep pockets and bad intentions. We have neither. We're driven by irresistible desire to make cool stuff, and that's exactly what we've been doing since 2021. We feasted in bulls and we famished in bears, and now it's time to eat again. If that resonates with you, then suit up and strap the F in. Okay, so I mean, if that's your first time hearing about Wanderers or one of the team members, do you like that message? This is the thing that matters. Think of how everybody conducts themselves online. People are going to go over this. They're going to be judging, and they're going to be obsessing over every minor thing that's said once they're into the ecosystem. There's nothing else. For anybody that doesn't hone this stuff in general, there's nothing more exhilarating than just being excited to hear anything said about certain things that you hold. To be honest, it's electrifying. Yo, Blocks highlighting 148th hoodie CryptoPunk sale. Oh my God. $452,000 American dollars. Do you want a house or do you want a hooded CryptoPunk? I mean, how many people in the world have a house? There's a lot. There's only what, like 200 people that have a crypto hoodie punk? True. Kind of wild to look at. Board Ape history. The prophecies are real. So this is hilarious and actually completely true, but gets forgot about all the time. The backstory of Bored Ape Yacht Club initially, and still, goes the year is 2031. Bitcoin and ETH have taken over the world. Everyone who aped into crypto is rich beyond their wildest dreams, but now they're all bored and want to hang out with other like-minded apes. To do that, you need to go somewhere special. Now, I remember at a time when having a certain PFP really made you kind of like aligned with a certain timeline, a certain group of people. Certain collections I still feel kind of have either or, but because of the massive saturation, it just doesn't have the same effect that it did. But early days, there was a lot of people that was just, we vibe with this vision, we like the art, we're connecting, we're dreamers. News, OpenSea expected to announce token plans in December. So we know that OpenSea 2 is coming in December, but obviously we don't know what the details are going to be for these different tokenomics as of yet. And again, when they launch that OpenSea 2, they could straight up give you speculation around the token, but it sounds like we're going to know ahead of time, which is good, which is a good move. Pudgy Penguin's continually getting absolutely involved in everything within the space, and really, I don't know if it's even them doing it. All these brands are wanting to be a part of the Pudgy Penguin brand. Brave, the internet browser, now changing their PFP to a Pudgy Penguin that's wearing Brave merchandise. Guys, it's happening. Before, there was collections and companies in Web3 that bought Bored Apes to try to attract that crypto crowd. It happened. There was several. Most of them were Web3 native, but now we have obviously Uniswap as one, VanEck as another, Brave as another. We're breaking through just the crypto barriers this time. Pudgies are going everywhere. And so are Doodles. Holy smokes, we got the reveal of what the coffee mugs are going to look like for Doodles. Insane. Absolutely insane to think about. Love it for them. And makes you kind of think like, yo, do we like the show more now that this news happened? And if you haven't seen the first episode of Doodles, this is going to be a pain in the ass. But if you want to go see it, we do have it on the stream. If you go back to the live thread and you find Dollsville and Doodleverse, you're going to have to go like a month or two back. On the last like 30-40 minutes of the stream, we play the Doodle episode. So if you find that live stream, it's named the Dollsville and Doodleverse. You'll see. But it's the typical show before that. Just as an FYI. NBA Top Shot. More buyers and sellers. Guys, I went last night. I like legitimately logged into Top Shot on my own volition. Crazy. LaMelo Ball, first moment, $40. $40 was what like the price of it was before it just like rocketed like 700 way back in the day when Top Shot went completely parabolic. We're literally back to where we were when it started 3-4 years ago. Insane. All right, we got the guy breaking down the McDonald's collab. We're not done with that yet. From the 18th of November until the end of the year, Doodles is taking over 100 million McDonald's coffee cups. Wow. Small, medium, and large to create the most beautiful and fun holiday cup we've ever had. Yes, you read that right. 100 million cups. The collaboration does not stop there, as you'll be able to receive access to a few special things only by ordering through the app. They're trying to get more people to use the app. Try to cut out some of the middlemen on there. Crypto. That's crazy. Sorry, I should say digital, not crypto. It's a digital focus. Like access to stream the Doodles movie or an exclusive collection of McDonald's X Doodles digital apparel for your Doodles avatar. So, is this a leak when he says Doodles movie? Or is he just that unaware that it's a TV series? I would like to think that that's like a leak, but people aren't paying attention to. And so within this app, it shows to claim your Doodle gift, follow these simple steps, purchase your hot drink in the McDonald's app, check your email for verification, confirmation, sign up to the Doodle Studio, and then claim your pack reveal and get your ticket and digital apparel. And then there's also, for limited time unlock, ticket to stream Doodles Pilot, Dollsville, and Doodleverse, limited edition McDonald's digital apparel for your avatar. Okay, so I guess those are like kind of the two things that are a part of that. Sorry, I thought I don't know why I thought the right side of that image was something different. So the Doodles X McDonald's digital apparel you'll be able to collect through your app purchase looks absolutely stellar. I cannot reveal everything yet, but okay, here's an exclusive glimpse, and it looks adorable. So before you used to play Monopoly, tried to collect. What the hell is it? Collect Monopoly? Or I guess own a certain amount of areas to get those rewards, whether it be 1 year of a car, new barbecue. Well, now they're doing it digitally. And it might not even be just, hey, you can get like a reward of a physical of something you want. What if you just want to collect the McDonald's digital collectibles? Opens it up completely. Like, oh man, it really opens it up. The Doodles X McDonald's physical merch will be a very limited and exclusive edition, showcasing some of our most beloved characters. Can't reveal it all yet, but you'll get the energy. So Doodles now merging with McDonald's IP. Nah, that's absolutely insane to see all of that together. The McDonald's X Doodles collaboration will also be showcased on our Times Square billboard and, more importantly, on our kiosks. There is much more I wish I could say about the Doodles collab. More will be revealed on the 18th, but if you look at the tease again, listen to that little music. Something beautiful is coming, and you'll listen to it all day. So, does that mean Pharrell's dropping another soundtrack with them? What's going on? Either way, things are looking good. And oh my God, things just got better. 18 U.S. states have filed to sue the SEC and its commissioners, accusing them of unconstitutional, overreaching, and unfair persecution of the crypto industry under the leadership of agency chief Gary Gensler. Oh my God. So if you missed it, Gary Gensler had a letter. I don't know if we have it a notice. It was public. He did some speech, and it basically sounded like he was stepping down, but it wasn't like blatantly, but it was like a thanks for allowing me to serve, or some along those lines. And then this story comes out like 2 hours after the fact. Everything is connected, and it's exciting. That's it for this edition of X-Feed. I hope you guys had an absolute phenomenal time here. We'll be back tomorrow as per usual. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.